Alright, here we are entering into our one and only part of song. Okay, we have begun. So I did put Song of Songs in the title, one and only. Much like Ecclesiastes, Song of Songs is a very, very short book. And we are going to cover it all right now. Again, we're not reading the whole entire book, but we're picking out the verses that cause it to flow along and tell a story that we want to tell. So this is the Song of Songs, the one and only part that we'll be covering. And it is much about love. When we think about, this is Solomon writing, once again, Solomon writing, and we know Solomon had many wives. This might have been to one specifically, one wife specifically. I forget where I read, some speculated that it was Queen of Sheba, right? Or it was a Shulammite woman, because it does mention in here the mention of a Shulammite. But Shulammite could also be in reference to like a feminine way to call Solomon, or another feminine name for Solomon. So however you want to take it, you can take it. I will be using this kind of out of context just to tell a little bit of a story. Just for one moment too, we're going to enter into this quote. It says, "Dear Mary, yes, it will be bliss to go by train to Dis. Your walking shoes upon your feet will meet my sweet at Liverpool Street." And this is by, I think this was also Hilaire, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot to put the author in here, but I will put it if I find it here. But this is A Mind's Journey to Dis, addressed to Mrs. Harold Wilson, or Lady Wilson. So something to keep in mind to this, it's addressed to Mary, but then it also says addressed to Mrs. Harold Wilson. Mrs. Harold Wilson does imply the fact that this lady, or just state the fact that this lady is married, right? So maybe we're getting a little bit of a sense with this quote about love, right? About forbidden love, about unrequited love. And then Solomon's Song of Songs is very much about love that is infused with some turmoil. So we're going to just read through it. We're going to, think about love, think about compassion, and let this story guide us through the way. So, of course, in the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, Solomon's Song of Songs. This is coming from she, the perspective of she, friends, and he. I will maybe say that before I get into each thing, or maybe I'll just let you read alongside me. We're starting out with she. Tell me whom I love. Tell me, you whom I love, where you graze your flock, and where you rest your sheep at midday. Why should I be like a veiled woman beside the flocks of your friends? The friends. If you do not know, most beautiful woman, follow the tracks of the sheep, and graze your young goats by the tents of the shepherds. He. The beams of our house are cedars, our rafters are firs. She. Daughters of Jerusalem, I charge you by the gazelles and by the does of the field, do not arouse or awaken love until it so desires, until the day breaks and the shadows flee. Turn, my beloved, and be like a gazelle, or like a young stag on the rugged hills. Look, it is Solomon's carriage, escorted by 60 warriors, the noblest of Israel. He. You are altogether beautiful, my darling. There is no flaw in you. You are altogether beautiful, my darling. There is no flaw in you. Friends. Eat, friends, and drink. Drink your fill of love. She. The watchmen found me as they made their rounds in the city. They beat me, they bruised me, and they took away my cloak. Those watchmen on the walls. Friends. Where has your beloved gone, most beautiful of women? Which way did your beloved turn, that we may look for him with you? He. Your temples behind your veil are like the halves of a pomegranate. Friends. Come back, O Shulammite. Come back, that we may gaze on you. He. Your stature is like that of the palm, and your breasts are like clusters of fruit. Friends, who is this coming up from the wilderness, leaning on her beloved? She. Many waters cannot quench the love, rivers cannot sweep it away. If one were to give all the wealth of one's house for love, it would be utterly scorned. That's it. That's it, you guys. If you would like to read the whole book, it is available to you. Any source that you may find. Song of Solomon's is a very short book. It's about 1.5 pages, maybe 2.5 pages. But that's all I have, just picking out the verses ending with 7. I threw in the Friends verses here as well, just to add for a little bit more structure and a little bit more meat to this reading. But I appreciate you guys listening. We're going to do something different. I'm letting you know this now. I think it's only appropriate. Sorry, just fixing the spacing in this, you guys. Let me go grab my Bible real quick. So, next we have Isaiah, the book of Isaiah. It's a very long book. It's a very long book. Okay, Isaiah going into Jeremiah. Not as long as Isaiah, I don't think, but it's equally long. And then we've gotten really comfortable, right, with these narrations from Solomon and David, these writings. There's a little bit of a break from our normal narrative structure, but now we are going to go back into narrative, and it's back into the heaviness. But something good that I will tell you too is that we are well over halfway done with the Bible as a total. Okay, all in completion. We're not even quite done with the Old Testament. We have still a ways to go. But after the New Testament is fairly short compared to what we will know, compared to what we read in the Old Testament. Ezekiel is a very long book. Daniel is very long. Again, just compared to these shorter books that we've been breezing through these last few weeks and months. Joel, Amos. Joel's short. Amos is short. Anyways, you know what is ahead of us, okay? A lot of heavy narrative, a lot of lengthy books and storytelling of ways of the past. So, oh my goodness. So what I will do, you guys, I'm going to give you a very, very long break. And I'm going to read on my own. I encourage you to do the same if you so wish. I'm going to read on my own, and I am going to get through the completion of this New International Version. I'm going to get through the completion, and I will join you sometime soon after I finish to go ahead and discuss what is next, right? After we left off with Song of Songs, I will discuss with you what is next. I might post some text posts of some verses that I find important, maybe just one verse each time that I finish a book and complete, because that accountability portion is very important to me. The fact that I can, come on and say, okay, I've done this, let me go ahead and let people know that I've done this, so it keeps me accountable. So I will go ahead and give you guys that time to just soak everything in. This isn't goodbye forever. I'm not going to disappear forever. You'll still see me active and online probably quite often. So, but I appreciate you guys with this journey. Like I said, it's not easy. It's not something that was easy to do, and I apologize if ever my emotions got in the way of what I was trying to say or trying to pronounce. I'm sorry if I did look a little bit crazy or embarrass myself a bit. Sorry to myself for that. Sorry for myself to that. And if I ever seem to be overly aggressive or overly strong on certain points, I apologize. So taking this time, of course, to learn how to rein in my emotions, right, and just I think this is going to be a very important time for me to learn how to do that. So I do take full accountability in that sense too. I know this seemed crazy and abrupt and like a big change and a from black to white kind of scenario, and I apologize for the abruptness. But again, this was just a journey that it felt important for me to take, and I hope you're understanding of that. but I will let you go for just a little bit. And like I said, you can always message me if you have any questions about your faith, about what certain things, or even just to check in and say hello. Please do. I really would appreciate it. But I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your week and a beautiful rest of your month, and I will see you not too long from now. I will not take ample amounts of time. I will take my time, just kind of pace how we have been paced over these last few years. Okay, it's been maybe, I think, over 600 videos, so thinking about that in daily, it's been like a good 2 years that we've been consistent. Maybe a little bit less time when we started the first book of Genesis, but how fast did that go? It went extremely fast. It doesn't seem like we've been 2 years into this, but again, we covered a lot of time and a lot of book time as well. I appreciate you guys listening. God bless you. I love you, and hold on to this love, okay? Don't let it be unrequited, right? Hold on to this love, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye guys. Love you.